Welcome to the first episode of Sitting with Shay J, where we explore impact and inspire change. I'm your host, Shay J, and today's guests are truly making waves in our community. We have the African Chambers of Commerce President and Founder, Colorado State Representative Naquita Ricks, and Project Manager Charles Malangi. We're thrilled to have both of you here. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It is an absolute pleasure. I am excited about this conversation. I've been watching the work that you've been doing, and it truly is making an impact. I'm going to be honest, I had no idea our African community was so large, and I'm from Colorado, so I had no idea. So watching the work you're doing and how it's touching our community, I personally want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
As we dive into this, I know there's viewers that might say, I have no idea about the African Chambers of Commerce in Colorado. And for the first time, if they're just now learning about you, can you provide a little bit of overview on the organization's, mission and key points and activities and what the organization is really about?
So the African Chamber was launched almost 10 years ago. In fact, this year we'll be celebrating our 10th year anniversary.
Yes.
And I can't even believe it. But we were birthed out of the belief that we needed an advocacy group that would advocate for immigrant-owned businesses, such as the businesses that we do. There's so many small businesses, and as you know, immigrants are 6 times more likely to start their own business here in Colorado. And in fact, you were talking about the African population here in Colorado, and from the years 2000 through 2019, there was a 400% increase in Black immigrant populations here in the state of Colorado. Wow. So we had one of the fastest growing Black populations, from immigrant groups here in Colorado. So we provide technical support, we provide business resources, we advocate to ensure that these underserved communities are included when policies are being enacted within the State House, and also looking for resources. We have been a partner to the state of Colorado, and we are just here very intentional to fight and to help these small businesses so that they get their piece of the American dream, so to speak.
That's all we all want is our piece of the American dream. Intentional is one of my favorite words. It's actually the word I'm using this year to get me through the year, because I believe when we're intentional, everything falls into place. Charles, as the project coordinator, what makes the Chambers unique? How does it actively contribute to the African community right here in Colorado?
What makes us unique is the fact that we are directly connected with our community. We are on the ground, and we know exactly what this community is facing as far as challenges is concerned, and we know exactly how to be able to tackle these challenges through being a bridge between the solutions and the people facing these challenges. And at the African Chamber of Commerce, another thing that makes us very, very special is the fact that we are authentic. Yeah. We know the language that this Black and immigrant population speak. We understand it, and we know exactly what ways and what channel to be able to approach these problems so that we can bring them to the solutions. And that is something that makes us significantly outstanding as far as the community is concerned. The last thing I'll say, Shay J, about what makes us to stand out as a Chamber of Commerce is the fact that we are run by our own.
Yes.
And that makes us unique because we understand it's not a theory, but it's a practical. If you ask Representative Naquita, she understands, because it's not that she read somewhere or she had a theory somewhere, but these are some of the challenges that she experienced. So this is something that makes us unique.
Charles, I really appreciate you saying that authentic touch. It absolutely resonates, right? Yeah. When you go somewhere that someone understands your plight. Correct. And they're not just trying to put a Band-Aid in something that they don't quite get. And like you said, they read it in a book, but they actually understand it because they've been there.
Correct.
You're bringing something that's resonating with our community, and that's much needed. As we look, February 3rd is coming up. It's right around the corner, and it is your 3rd annual Business Awards. Now, I had the privilege of going last year, and when I say what an amazing, phenomenal turnout and a tremendous celebration. Like I said, I was quite frankly, I was shocked by how many people were there and the quality of people that were there, and how you really filled the room with people from all different levels, all different walks of life. It was beautiful to see that, and it was only the 3rd annual. So I'm watching as this thing grows, and you had Roland Martin last year as your keynote speaker. You had John Amos, who also was being celebrated and honored. And so it was beautiful to see this celebration. Now, I know this year's event theme is all about celebrating excellence in the African and African descendants businesses.
Yes.
And so as we look at that, can you, one of you, share some insights on the significance of this theme for the third annual Business Awards and, why you believe it's crucial to highlight these businesses during this event?
So the African Business Awards and reception is one of our biggest events. It is our signature event every year, and people look forward to it. We are celebrating excellence, service, and the impact of these small immigrant-owned and Black-owned businesses here in our community. So typically that has not been done. Typically, and so we are celebrating our own, and we're also creating an environment where people can network, that they can be inspired. We have great food, entertainment, and great speakers. And in fact, I want to highlight that not only will we have Mayor Michael Johnston of the City and County of Denver, but we will also have Her Excellency Arikana Shambori Kwai. She is the former African Union ambassador to the U.S., and she is an excellent firecracker of a speaker, and I cannot wait to hear her. I've been trying to get her to Denver for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So finally, she will be here, and she's confirmed. But she's an excellent, prolific speaker and thought provoker as far as talking about building the Africa that we want to see. Part of our mission is to increase trade and investments between Africa and the U.S. And so she talks about how we can do that in many practical ways and some of the things that are holding us back. So she's going to be bringing a very power-packed message. She's also a medical doctor. She is a phenomenal woman.
Wow.
Yes. So I can't wait for her to speak.
Well, you
here in
had me at a
Denver.
firecracker of a woman.
Yeah.
This was for me.
Yeah.
Okay, that resonated with me right away. Like, I
Yes.
absolutely have to come in here and speak.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. And one thing you said is we have Mayor Michael Johnston here. And so, last year with Roland Martin being the speaker, and this year with having Mayor Michael Johnston, what are you hoping that his message, with him being the keynote speaker, will do for this audience? How are you hoping it resonates with the audience, and what are you really looking for him to bring to this whole event?
Yeah, what we're hoping is to hear about opportunities for Black businesses. Where are the opportunities? Where are the contracts? How do we tap into these resources, the contracts, and become a part of this economic fabric here in Colorado? And so we want to hear more about what is available for Black-owned businesses here in Colorado.
That is amazing because, everybody's wondering when you have somebody like the mayor in the building, what can we expect and what do you want to see? And I think, Charles, do you have anything else when you look at the mayor coming and what you're hoping to get as well?
Yeah, I think it's a symbol of unity, having a prestigious person having a significant office like the Mayor Johnston. I think it's a symbol of unity and it's a symbol of solidarity, showing that there is enough for everyone's need and there is enough for everyone to participate and to collaborate. And I also believe, I'm a firm believer in collaborations, and I'm a firm believer of bringing resources together and then distributing them together so that we can see who can fit where. And having the mayor come in is a sign that we are in a community that can get the support, and we are, as the African Chamber, we are here to change the narrative whereby we can help the people we're serving understand and realize that it's possible. Having someone like the mayor come in, it shows that community to understand and realize that it is possible. So that's
that unity is an amazing piece, right? That's
correct.
The fabric piece that's really going to get us to the next place. I always tell people, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, you need to bring the team, right? You need
100%.
collaboration to
Right.
get where we're going. And we've learned that as a culture, if we're collaborative, so many more things happen. And then finding people outside of the fabric of who we are to really get to the next space.
Correct.
So I'm absolutely excited to see that. Now, for individuals who may not be a part of the African community or the African American community or descendants, and they're eager to contribute and support the Chamber's mission, is there a special role or collaboration that's particularly valuable that you see as an asset?
So one thing I'll have to say is if you get a product, for example, the clothing that we wear, we have no idea who made it.
Correct.
So what we are looking for, we operate as a supply chain. as a supply chain contributing to the greater economy. So it doesn't matter if you are not part of our community or part of the African Chamber of Commerce. What we want the message to get out there is that we are a supply chain. And I believe that together we can go far. Alone, we can go none. Yeah. So we are acting as a supply chain. So we encourage whoever is out there, we need to work together so that we can see this dream and this vision and the American dream, as you said earlier, come to manifest to each and every one of us. And we believe that if we work together and collaborate together, we can see it as a success.
That's what we need. Liquid, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I would just say that we welcome all participants. We welcome everyone. This is an organization that needs volunteers. We need people to come and help us when we do our women entrepreneurship workshops. We have a 12-week program where we train women to start their own businesses and meet them where they are, start their business plans, get them SBE certified or DBE certified, whatever they need. We also have a youth entrepreneurship program where we had 2 cohorts last year. We picked winners. These kids launched their own businesses, and we have youth entrepreneurs, so they will be there talking about their experience in our youth entrepreneurship program. And so we are just looking for people to come support, speak to the class, small businesses to join, and just be a part of, because it takes all of us collectively to do what we need to do, which is to move Colorado forward. And like the governor likes to say, a Colorado for all, and that's how we all integrate and become this one solid community.
Wow. You guys are people after my own heart. This is really what Sitting with Shay J is all about. Finding community that we can connect with, finding spaces that we didn't even know were around to connect with, right? And finding those parts where we intersect and have really more things that are alike than different. There's so many values that are alike that people often think, well, because we don't look like the same or we don't come from the same background, we're just disconnected, but there's so many places of connection. So those of you watching, this is your opportunity to be a part of something you may not have known about, and that was your call right there. Now, in our 2-minute teaser, for those of you who got to see that, we did touch a little bit briefly on why you do what you do. And I know you talked about it a little bit. And Charles, I would love to hear from you. I think it's so important when we look at inspiring change, that people understand why the purpose is behind you being a part of something like the African Chambers of Commerce.
To me, the purpose is all about contributing to the greater good. I believe as human beings, we are all in a position and a situation where we can all do good. And I'm a firm believer of helping someone's dream come to reality. Yeah. And when I go to the African Chamber of Commerce each and every single day, I see myself as a catalyst to make this world a better place through entrepreneurship and supporting businesses. And each and every day, when we do something like the Business Awards that is upcoming, seeing someone get that award, it is an inspiration and a realization and a motivation to someone else to understand and realize that if they did it, if they were a success, so can I. Yes. And to me, that is significantly important because that is a source of hope that we bring as a chamber to our community and to Colorado and the American country at large.
Yes, absolutely. That young boy that's sitting at home, that young girl, these are reminders that you too can do exactly what it is that you want to do. And it's so important that we continue to encourage you and share light of things that are happening right here in our very own community. Sometimes I think we get to see all these large things happening outside of the community and don't realize there's so much work happening right here that is impactful that we can be a part of. And this is just beautiful to see. As we conclude this insightful conversation, what actionable steps? I know we've talked about a lot of things. You have the youth cohorts going on. You have cohorts for women. You have the 3rd annual Business Awards coming on. If there was some way to get people at home to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is my next step. What initiative would you like them to be a part of? Or what would you like them to take away from this conversation?
I would say that, definitely want to see you to come out to support us. February 3rd, that's next Saturday, is a big night. You will have fun, dressed to impress. Ooh. The food is going to be wonderful. The entertainment is going to be very special. Yes. And, of course, great speakers and an opportunity for you to network and meet community members, small business owners, and people that you probably would not ordinarily see just in your day-to-day. So this is amazing. The other thing I would say is that all things are possible. If you've ever dreamed about starting that business, now is the time. 2024 is our year of more. So get out there, do more things, meet more people, and get inspired and get that business started.
Get that business started, get inspired. I like that 2024 is the year of more.
Yes.
Somebody, that was a word for you. I know you needed that, so there it is. Charles, did you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, 2024 is the year of more, it's the year of growing, and it's the year of glowing. So, so I just want to emphasize on what Representative Ricks just said. This is an organization where we are here to see dreams come true through entrepreneurship and through businesses. So we are having a lot of great things coming up, but you have to come so that we can be able to have you be part of this journey, and do not let this bus leave you.
Don't let this bus leave you. You don't want to get left behind. Join them on February 3rd. This is the 3rd Annual Business Awards happening right here in Colorado. You want to be a part of it. I know it's at the Hyatt Regency. Check out the African Chamber of Commerce's website to learn more. I want to thank you, the African Chambers of Commerce, for sharing your incredible insight and the work that you're doing right here in our very own community. It is always great to see you, and always great to see the movement. Like you said, you are growing and you're glowing, and it shows. So thank you so much, each and every one of you. Thank you for watching Sitting with Shay J. This is your new favorite show right here on 9 News and 9 News Plus, where we have conversations that explore, impact, and inspire change. I'm Shay J. Until next time, remember to keep sharing your impact, keep being a part of this community's growth, and keep the conversations going and keep making a difference. Thank you so much for joining us. It's Sitting with Shay J.